that's not what I want to see. Morning world, welcome to Sunday 21st of May and 9:30 in the morning, and the grass is wet with dew, which gives me a bit of a problem. Tomorrow, Monday 22nd, is the day I intend to put the mower into this. I'll check the weather again tonight before I confirm it, but that is the plan, that this piece here, that piece over there, the 7 acres over there and the 11 acres over there are going to get mown tomorrow. Now, I would like to make hay. That's what I would like to make, but there's still quite a bit of moisture in the soil, believe it or not. And that might make drying grass for hay. So why hay rather than silage? Well, a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is obviously cost. To wrap silage, haylage bales, there's a cost involved. But the other problem I got here is transport. For me to move silage bales, wrapped bales, is difficult. Ideally you want to move them without breaking the wrap, which means either bringing the skid steer over here to load them and then going backwards and forwards with the skid steer, or I have to puncture the bag, which I don't really want. Well, all right, we can take the bag up, the wrap up, it can be repaired. It's never quite the same. Hay doesn't matter. I can spike it this end, I can spike it that end. I've got room to store it under cover. Hay for me is the better option. But can I dry it? That is the question. Can I dry it? You can't put it in the barn wet. I mean, if I can get it mostly dry, we could leave it out for a couple of weeks, let it sweat. If it's going to stay dry as well, then that'll be fine. But it is all down to the weather. Right, anyway, we're here to look at grass. We're also here to look at boys and girls that are over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One behind the tree. You all happy? You happy? Hello, darling. Oh yeah, you can do that. That's okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. You carry on. Right, so flies don't seem to be a massive issue at the moment. So thus far, no fly treatments, no garlic blocks, anything over here. And they don't seem to be that bothered. So I'll keep it that way for the time being. Right. Okay. Quick look at the wheat, and then I'm going to see my dad, and then home. Mrs. P's going back to Oxford this afternoon. Not looking forward to taking her back. But before we do that, family lunch on the veranda with the grandkids. I am looking forward to that. And then later on this afternoon, I think we'll be going through the mower, make sure the tractor's ready. Everything is ready to get cracking out here tomorrow. So how many of you remember the 40-foot fountain? Well, 30-foot, 40-foot, the fountain that was over there. Do you remember that? A year or so back, we got a big water main that comes through here from a pumping station over that way, pushes the water that way towards North Bristol, Culpit Heath, Iron Acton, all over that way. And there's a valve in there which split, cracked, failed, and there was a fountain up there probably, well, it was a couple of weeks. If I can find the video, I'll go back to it and find it, and I'll put it up. there, and you can go back and have a look at it. But yeah, this area here was basically underwater, so because we had that much water. So you wouldn't know it today though. It's recovered now. What have you got in there? What's in there? Hey, is there something in there? What's in there? Rats. Anyway, we were to look at this. So Reg reckon that some of that goes back to some frost damage when the plant was younger, although I recognise that as fungal. But our main concern is going to be the flag leaf. So, which is pretty much, what are you rolling in? What are you doing? Daft dog. In here. So we got to protect that fella in there, because that's the one that produces the energy to make the crop. So Reg rang me up yesterday and said, oh, I'm concerned, you know, fungus. And what are you rolling in? Stop it. You better not stink. But actually here, this looks okay. Mind you, he did tell me he was up on the top there by the barn, so I'm not sure. You're young curling. Anyway, Reg is keeping an eye on, because apparently there is a stage that he wants to spray the fungicide at, and it is when the flag leaf is out, but just before the head emerges, as in the seed head. I can't remember the name of the product he was going to, begins with G, can't remember what it's called, but it said it's like a 48-hour window. So he's been coming backwards and forwards. He did say he might even spray it today. So, but I mean, we are fairly thick and dense in there, aren't we? Okay, I'm not going to pretend I know exactly what I'm talking about, because you all know that's not true. I know a bit, and that bit is everything I've learnt basically in the last couple of years. We only started doing arable, this, 5 years ago? We did 2 years of wheat, a year of OSR. This is our 4th year here, 4th crop, which is a feed wheat. So our first crop was Skyfall, which was a milling wheat, which we did okay on. This, I think he said it was called Champagne, or something that sounds like champagne, which is a feed wheat. Basically, this is what's going to be producing your roast chicken, or maybe pork. That's where this goes. This goes to animal feed. So, we'll have you out there. So yeah, there you go. Like I say, I can't pretend I know everything about it. Reg is the fountain of knowledge when it comes to this, not me, and I'm just gleaning what I can from him when I can. Look at you. Eh? You're a bit keen, aren't you? You are a bit keen. Is that just all from one plant? Yeah. I wonder if you're a bit of Skyfall left over. One more head over there. Oh, I can see 3 or 4 more heads up there. And a little, I don't know if you can see that little light patch for the middle of the crop up there. I think that's where spray nozzles turned off on the GPS. Didn't quite cover that bit. All right, back to the car. Go see the old man. Back to the farm. Lunch. Mess about with the tractor this afternoon, and well, get ready for tomorrow. Okay. The showground. So do you remember? I'm going to get wet feet. I slit and raked this side of the field. I'm just wondering if we get down there, I know where the line is, if there's going to be any visible difference from down here, and I am going to get wet feet. So as you can probably see, a lot of this going to seed. Loads of pollen. This is what's making the dog and half the population cough and choke, is the pollen. Fortunately for me, not too bad. Right, that's the line. I don't know if you can see that. You've got a fair crop of grass down here, mind. You in front? Go on then. So the line is there. Everything that side we didn't rake and slit. Everything from there that way we did. And if anything, that side looks better. But that's because there's more seed heads that side. There's less seed heads on this side, more that way. Or maybe that's just the way I'm standing with the lay of the land. I don't know. I don't know. Can I say from here it's made an obvious difference? Hand on heart? Nope, I can't. Oh, well, maybe we'll see difference when we cut it and bale it. I'm going this way. You going that way? Oh, you're going that way. Looks to be in front, she does. You know, following the leader, and I'm not the leader. So 11 acres. Not a massive density of crop down here, but I know it gets thicker as you go up there. So on this field, okay, this is called the showground, or vernals I think it is. On this field, how many bales? All right. Put a number in the comment box below. Yes, it encourages engagement and it's done on purpose. Put a number in the box below in the comments. How many bales? Let's see who can get closest. A few. So, according to my brother-in-law, Rob, hello Rob and Jen, I look like Lofty off Hot Mum. So he said I got to get rid of the shorts. He said I look awful in them. Thing is, I don't really care. It's not really something that's high on my priority list. Right. So tomorrow, mowing. I need to do a few things with the tractor before then. We're stopping for lunch in about half an hour. Family's coming down. We're actually going to have lunch on the veranda. So first time ever. But while I've got half an hour, we'll just check a few levels and that on the tractor. So be interesting to see if my expansion bottle's gone down at all since I topped it up before I cut that out there, because we got a leak. Yeah. Right, well, I think it has a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. So it's either a pipe, a connection, or even the heater matrix in there. That's the problem. Although I've shut the flow off to the heater matrix, obviously only shuts it off in one direction. There's still some pressure. Yes, dear? Oh, all right then, okay. She just thought she'd do it. So yeah, it is something we're going to have to address. But hopefully it's not going to blow up in the next couple of days. Yeah, we haven't lost a lot, but I'd rather not lose any. That really needs changing, but I don't think I'm going to have time today, because it's not just a case of filling it up. I've got to warm it up first before I can empty it out. All right, so fluid's up, oil's okay. We'll just check the air filter. there's no reason why this should be that dirty, to be honest. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm not going to mess about with that too much. You're on there, aren't you? Yeah. Why are you so tight then? Ah, there you go. And next. Again, I don't think these are going to be that dirty, but we'll just have a look-see. Yeah. So you can blow this out, or you can wash it out. Blowing is better, but as there's very little in there, I'm just going to pick a few bits, and that will do. Like I say, the tractor's not really done any work yet, so it's not had time to fill up with dust and seeds. That's usually the thing, especially thistles. You got any thistles about going in and seed? Radiator will chock up in no time with that. So, okay. Nothing's kinked. All's okay. All right. Sorted. We'll keep an eye on the water levels tomorrow, because he's going to be working most of the day tomorrow and working fairly hard. So yeah, we will keep an eye on that, just in case. Okay, level in there is okay. That's it. Not much else I can do really. I would have liked to have changed the engine oil over, but I think that's going to happen after mowing now. I'm not going to get a chance today. No. Okay. I can't remember if I showed you or not, but that's the progress so far on the loo. So as you know, there's 100mm of Celotex type insulation on the floor. We've got our insulation blocks. We've also got 100mm of cavity fill, full cavity fill insulation going in as well. So yeah, power cable is going to come across. I've got to dig a trench across the road. Now, well, we don't need that yet. We'll do that later on. Water's in. All we've got to do is connect that up with the sewer pipe. The waste is going to connect into our sewer, which is literally just behind my white van over there. And to cross over there, we've got to actually cross our water main coming in. Our meter's down there, so we're all legal. So we're going to tee that into there. So we'll have mains water in here. We'll have mains, no, sorry, not our own waste treatment plant sewage out. We'll have power will be coming in through this wall here. And there's also a conduit going to go down there, because we'll have CCTV up on this building looking out across the yard and up the drive. So the idea is on this corner we're going to have a camera looking up there, so anybody coming to my gate at night or in the day, it'll have number plate recognition, all that sort of stuff. It's just a bit of extra security. And you say we'll have a camera above the door on here, so if anybody goes in there and abuses it, I know it is. Yeah.